Simon to speak to the accomplishments, some of the signal accomplishments we've had in 2023 on the football side. And what are some of the things we've achieved for the first time, historic achievements in 2023?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chung. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well. Just to touch briefly on those elements that Mr. Chung highlighted, we started the calendar year, I'll start with ladies first, started the calendar year ranked 44th in the world, now 37th, and that is our highest ever ranking for women. And we certainly hope to expand on that heading into the new year. And on the men's side of things, senior men, we started the calendar year 64th in the world, now ranked 55th. So both strides by national teams in this 12-month calendar. And the national teams that took the field this calendar year, strides have been made and improvements compared to previous participations in tournaments. We can start with our boys, first time getting and eventually finishing fourth, and this was the first time since 2013 even winning a game at a tournament. So our under 15 boys in the Dominican Republic making strides there. We can even look at our senior women as well that Mr. Chung touched on, finishing 13th in the world in the World Cup itself, and the first Caribbean team in 85 years to actually go on to our round of 16 of a World Cup, which is truly remarkable as well, bearing in mind the Caribbean teams that have been at a FIFA showpiece as well. Senior men getting to a semi-finals of the Gold Cup for the first time in 4 years. That would have been 2019, and of course for the first time in history as well, getting to the semi-finals of the Nations League. So all of this bodes well, leading for a busy 2024, which I'll speak on later on in the press conference, but just wanted to highlight some of these elements and show that all of our national teams have made significant growth, and sometimes for the first time achieving things like our under 20 girls defeating a Central American team for the first time since 2020. So we're very proud of all our national teams, and we look forward to that further growth and progress leading into 2024.
Yeah, so maybe Simon should just go into 2024.
Yeah, let's continue.
So based on the schedule that we have for 22, potentially we're looking at a scenario where every month can be utilized in terms of activity. So I encourage you all to go on JFF Live on YouTube and watch the interview with Coach Halgrimson, where he stressed on the importance of domestic camps into the new year, and he spoke about this will be a priority in that January-February timeframe. Later on, John will talk about the under-20s and the preparation as the CONCACAF Under-20 Championship qualifiers will take place. Jamaica's group will be in St. Kitts and Nevis in Basseterre. All games at the St. Kitts and Nevis Technical Center. We are in a group with Martinique, Grenada, and Bermuda. So we open the campaign on February 24 against Martinique, and then 2 days later oppose Grenada, and then on the 28th take on Bermuda. And it will only be the group winner that advances to the CONCACAF Under-20 Championship final round. CONCACAF in due course will announce the dates for the final round itself. March, that's when the senior men will be back in action. The CONCACAF Nations League finals in Arlington, Texas, Dallas to be specific. March 21, we take on the United States in the semifinals. And 3 days later, March 24, will be the final or third place playoff. So regardless of what happens in the semi-final, there will be another match. So at least 2 matches in that window will take center stage. And 2024 on the women's side of things, I might add as well, is an opportunity as well to get the pieces together for World Cup qualifiers, because 2025 is the starting point for the women in relation to World Cup qualifiers for the 2027 tournament. So 2024 is a great opportunity with 5 FIFA windows for women to be utilized for friendly internationals or arrange tri-nation or quad-nation series to be able to get match practice and sharpness ahead of the qualifiers. So the women will have international windows in April, May, November, and also December as well in terms of those international windows. October is also another window as well for the women to be active as well, and certainly work will be done to ensure that they will be active and also sharp ahead of the qualifiers that lie ahead come 2025. For the men as well, let me go into what June will be, and it will be, you could say, a double treat as the World Cup qualifiers take center stage, and that is in the window of June 3 to 11. And of course the Copa America June 20 to July 14. I know many persons have asked in relation to the World Cup qualifiers, in relation to the groups. So CONCACAF will reveal at the end of January a draw. They will have a draw in relation to the groups for the qualifiers, and of course details in relation to who will be in Jamaica's group, what match will be home, what match will be away. So await the governing body in the region for further information there. And finally, the September, October, and November windows for men, that will be the restart of the next edition of the CONCACAF Nations League. So similar to 2023, the year we've had, 2024, we can look forward to another enticing and also comprehensive calendar year of international football as well. So we look forward to everybody singing from the same hymn sheet, media, staff, administration, as we're 2 wins away from a trophy. That is the CONCACAF Nations League. We commence World Cup qualifying, and of course we'll be participating in one of the biggest international tournaments in the world, in the Copa America. So we look forward to the support from everybody all across Jamaica and the diaspora as well, so that we can continue the strides and progress that lies ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Simon.
Let me just add that on the women's side, certainly we're going to be putting some work into the Women's Premier League, the Tier 2, and the youth program, right, Margaret? Right, in terms of development. But one of the things we are looking at doing is having a 4-nation tournament next summer in Jamaica. We're trying to work towards that for the women. So we're looking at those plans and seeing who we can bring, and where it will be. Certainly, for me, the city of Montego Bay is very attractive, and we're hoping that St. Catherine Complex will be ready for then. But that is one of the other plans we have. And I know John wants to delve further into the U20, and we'll ask Roy to also speak to the